You might think the TSA liquid rule is simple. Just keep everything under 3.4 ounces, throw it in a bag, and you're good to go, right? But here's the problem. Every single day, travelers still get stopped, delayed, and forced to throw away expensive items at airport security. Not because they ignored the rules, but because they misunderstood them. And in 2026, it's even more confusing. Some airports are changing how they scan bags, new technology is being tested, and there's a lot of buzz about whether the liquid rule might disappear altogether. So what's actually true, and what could get you stopped at security? In this video, we're breaking down exactly what you can and can't bring, the hidden mistakes most people make, and the surprising items that TSA treats as liquids, even when they don't look like it. Because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to pack and avoid losing anything ever again. Most people believe they already understand the TSA liquid rule, and technically, they do. It's called the 311 rule. Each liquid must be in a container that's 3.4 ounces, or 100 milliliters or less. All of those containers must fit inside one single quart-sized clear bag. And each passenger is allowed only one of those bags. Simple enough. But here's where things start to go wrong. It's not about how much liquid is inside the bottle, it's about the size of the container itself. So even if you have a large bottle that's almost empty, maybe just a little shampoo left at the bottom, it can still be taken away, because TSA doesn't care how full it is. They care about what the label says. And that small misunderstanding alone has cost travelers thousands of dollars in lost products. But that's just the beginning, because what counts as a liquid isn't as obvious as you think. Here's where things get surprisingly tricky. When most people hear liquid, they think of water, juice, maybe even perfume. But TSA, they see it very differently. To them, anything that can be poured, spread, squeezed, or sprayed counts as a liquid. That includes things you probably wouldn't expect. Toothpaste, liquid. Face cream, liquid. Hair gel, liquid. Even something like peanut butter is considered a liquid. Yes, seriously. And this is where a lot of people get caught off guard. You could be carrying what feels like a solid item, something totally normal in your everyday routine, and suddenly you're being told it violates the liquid rule. Makeup is another big one. Liquid foundation, mascara, lip gloss, these all fall under the same restriction. And if they're over the size limit, they're gone. No warning, no exceptions. But even if you understand what counts as a liquid, there's still one mistake that gets more people stopped than anything else. The biggest mistake travelers make isn't forgetting the rule. It's thinking they can bend it just a little. This usually happens with expensive items. Maybe it's a high-end shampoo, a luxury skincare product, or something you just bought before your trip. You look at the bottle and think, it's not even full, it should be fine. But at security, that doesn't matter. If the container says 6 ounces, even if there's only a tiny bit left inside, it's not getting through. And in that moment, you're forced to make a choice. Go back and check your bag, or throw it away. Most people don't have time, so it ends up in the bin. And just like that, money wasted. But here's what makes it worse. Even if every single item you bring follows the size limit, you can still get stopped. This is the part almost nobody talks about. Yes, each container must be under 3.4 ounces. But they also all have to fit comfortably inside one quart-size bag, not two, not a larger bag, and definitely not an overstuffed one, because if your bag looks too full, TSA can flag it for inspection. And once that happens, everything slows down. Your bag gets pulled aside, items get taken out and checked individually, and suddenly, what should have taken 30 seconds turns into several minutes or more. In busy airports, that delay can be the difference between making your flight or missing it. So it's not just about following the rule, it's about how you pack. But even then, there are some exceptions most people have no idea about. Now here's something that surprises a lot of people. Not all liquids are treated the same. There are exceptions, but you have to handle them correctly. For example, medications are allowed in larger quantities. So are baby formula and breast milk. These don't have to follow the 3.4-ounce limit. But there's a catch. You have to declare them at security. If you don't say anything, they might still get flagged, and that leads to extra screening, sometimes even testing. There are also less obvious exceptions. Ice packs used for medical purposes, certain food items under specific conditions, even live fish in water. Yes, that's actually allowed in some cases. But again, everything depends on how you present it, and whether security is satisfied with what they see. But this is where things start to get even more interesting. Because in 2026, the rules themselves aren't really changing. But the way they're enforced might be. So here's the truth. As of 2026, the TSA liquid rule is still the same. No official nationwide change, no increase in size limits, no major update. But something else is happening behind the scenes. New scanning technology is being rolled out in certain airports. These advanced scanners can analyze the contents of your bag in much greater detail. Which means, in some locations, travelers may not even need to remove their liquids from their bags. And in rare cases, there's been talk of allowing larger quantities through security. But this isn't everywhere. It's not consistent, and it's definitely not guaranteed. So while some travelers might get through with fewer restrictions, others will still face the standard rules. And that inconsistency is what creates confusion, because you never really know what to expect until you get there. Which brings us to one of the biggest questions people are asking right now. Are these rules about to disappear completely? There's been a lot of buzz online lately, people saying the liquid rule might be going away. That soon you'll be able to bring full-size bottles in your carry-on without any problem. Now, there is some truth behind this. So new technology is making it possible to detect threats more accurately. And, yeah, some officials have hinted that restrictions could be relaxed in the future. But right now, nothing is confirmed. There's no official timeline, no global rollout. So while it's exciting to think about, it's still just speculation. And relying on that rumor could easily get you stopped at security. Because until the rules officially change, you're still expected to follow the current ones. And that means planning carefully, especially when it comes to where you pack your liquids. This is honestly one of the easiest ways to avoid problems entirely. If you're carrying liquids in your carry-on, the rules are, well, really strict. No exceptions beyond what we already covered. But in a checked bag, it's completely different. You can bring full-size bottles, larger quantities, even multiple items without worrying about the 311 rule. So if you're traveling with anything valuable or anything over the limit, the safest move is simple. Put it in your checked luggage. That one decision can save you time, stress, and money. But even travelers who follow all of this perfectly still get stopped. And honestly, the reason comes down to a few very unexpected items. This is where things get almost unbelievable, because some of the most common items people travel with are the same ones that get flagged the most. Peanut butter is one of them. It doesn't look like a liquid. It doesn't feel like one. But according to TSA, it is. Same with yogurt, soft cheeses, certain dips and spreads, even some desserts. And then there's makeup, liquid foundation, cream blush, mascara. All of these count toward your liquid limit. So if you're not paying attention, you could easily go over without realizing it. And that's how people end up confused at security. They followed the rules, or at least they thought they did. But TSA sees things differently. So, how do you avoid all of this? If you want to get through airport security without any issues, it comes down to a few simple strategies. First, always use travel-size containers. Don't rely on guessing. Check the label. If it's over 3.4 ounces, don't risk it. Second, switch to solid alternatives whenever possible. Solid shampoo bars, bar soap, stick deodorant. These don't count as liquids, and they make packing much easier. Third, prepare your quart bag in advance. Don't wait until the last minute. Make sure everything fits comfortably without overstuffing. Fourth, if you're carrying exceptions like medication or baby formula, declare them early. Don't wait to be asked. And finally, when in doubt, put it in your checked bag. Because the goal isn't just to follow the rules, it's to move through security quickly, smoothly, and without stress. At first glance, the TSA liquid rule seems simple, but as you've seen, the details are where most people get caught. It's not just about size limits, it's about understanding what counts as a liquid, how you pack it, and knowing the exceptions that could save you time. And while the future might bring changes, right now, the rules are still very real. So before your next flight, take a second look at what you're packing, because something that seems completely normal to you might look very different to TSA. And one small mistake could cost you more than you think.